Today, a citizens' arm was launched to combat online scams and fraud, especially with increasing incidents due to the approaching SIM registration deadline. MJ Mondejar for the details.
The Marcos administration is intensifying efforts to combat online fraud and scams. One of the measures taken by President Bongbong Marcos is the passage of the SIM registration law. With the SIM registration deadline approaching on July 25th, online criminals are said to be operating double time in deceiving people.
From January to June 2023, nag-increase siya ng 152% compared to the same period last year.
That's how many people have fallen victim to internet-related crimes in the Philippines, the majority of which involve account takeovers, with Facebook pages being a common target.
Ibig sabihin, yung mga nananakaw ng mga Facebook accounts, saka mga social media accounts, nag-increase siya ng more than 80% compared to the same period last year. Ganun kadami na yung nabibiktima. At pag nabiktima ka, nanakaw yung Facebook account mo, kasunod nitong nanakawin yung Messenger account mo. Pag nanakaw na yung Messenger account mo, eto na yun, magpapanggap siya na ikaw yun. At manghihingi, mangungutang, magmamakaawa dun sa mga kamag-anak mo at mga kakilala mo.
In response, Samaniego's group and Truth 360 and Manila Bulletin launched a citizens' armed group called Scam Watch Pilipinas. The group aims to launch a national movement against cyber fraud. They also aim to raise public awareness regarding the threat of rampant online scams. The group will educate the public on reporting cyber-related crimes and avoiding falling victim again. This includes educating people in phishing scams that use the names of major banks. Various government agencies expressed their support when the group was introduced to the public. These agencies include the Department of Information Communications Technology, the National Privacy Commission, and the National Telecommunications Commission.
We want to awaken the public that there is hope, that there is an agency. They are partnering with us to help solve cybercrimes.
We want to bring yung mga private sector, lahat ng companies na po pwede, lahat ng mga communities together, kasi ang layunin natin is makapagturo o turuan yung mga tao sa iba't ibang sektor, kay bata ka man, matanda, di ba? Para matuto.
With that, conveners of the volunteer group urged the Filipino people to follow their official social media pages for more information. For Ganamabel of Philippines, MJ Mondejar, SMNI News.
Meanwhile, in other stories, the Philippine Bureau of Immigration has provided advice to prevent offloading during travel. This is in response to a case involving a Filipino traveler who was left behind by an airplane bound for Singapore after encountering immigration issues. MJ Mondejar for the news.
A Facebook post recounting the bitter experience of a passenger at the hands of the Bureau of Immigration or BI has garnered 37,000 shares on Facebook. According to the netizen who posted it, he was left behind by the plane to Singapore after being held at the immigration counter. His 15,000 pesos went to waste as he was unable to leave the country. The netizen felt as though he was robbed, causing great trauma. With that, the BI explains their side.
One of the things po na nakita natin doon sa case na ito is that the passenger checked in 1 hour and 27 minutes prior to departure. Kaya po nagkaroon din siguro ng limited time for the immigration officers to inspect the documents of the subject.
This is not the first complaint against immigration officers. In fact, there was an incident this year where a passenger was allegedly asked for a yearbook by an immigration officer. As a result, the passenger missed the flight to Israel. Due to this, netizens once again criticized the BI for what happened. However, Sandoval clarified that passengers should not be afraid, as it is a misconception that all passengers are being harassed by immigration officers.
But just to clarify po, hindi naman po lahat ng dumadaan sa ating mga paliparan ay nai-interview at natatanong po ng kanilang mga particulars. It's really those lamang po na mga siguro masasabi nating may red flags, may inconsistency sa kanilang mga documentation, or nakitaan po ng pattern na similar dun sa mga cases in the past na na-encounter po natin.
Sandoval emphasized that only a small fraction of Filipinos have experienced such incidents. In fact, only 0.5% of the total Filipinos, she said, who travel abroad from January to June this year were not allowed to fly. Therefore, the immigration advises passengers to avoid being left behind by the plane.
That's why lagi po namin nire-remind sa mga kababayan natin and other travelers to check in at least 3 hours before your flight to allow the immigration to conduct proper inspections po sa mga bumabiyaheng pasahero.
For God, my beloved Philippines, MJ Mondejar, SMNI News.